New album, tell me about it.
New album, Neon, man, it came out this week. Super excited. Obviously, it's been in the making for a while. You know,
Yeah.
I had to get it right, man. This album is it's got soul and substance. You know what I mean? It's got heart. It's one of those albums which I feel even 5-10 years down the line can still sound fresh, and that's how I wanted to make it. I wanted it so it would just really last and stand against the test of time, man.
Sure. Now, I mean, like, before you guys signed to Cash Money, you were really more of that sound,
Yes,
right?
exactly. So this album is going to be different for, it's going to be new for America, for my American audience, because obviously when I got signed to Cash Money, the first single off the bat sets the tone, you know what I mean? And because Down was so successful and because it was a huge pop record, I think that's all America knew me for. So, and then of course I had follow-up success with other records similar, but again, there was so much in the pop lane that it was very difficult to show America what I used to do before I got signed to them, before I got signed to Cash Money. So it ended up in a situation where while I was making this album, which is my second album with Cash Money, but it's my fourth album internationally, I was in a situation, a dilemma really, of, well, what do we do? Because if I'm in this lane, this pop lane, but all that's playing on radio and all around the world is this electronic dance music, do you just do an album full of that, even though that's not you? Like, even though that's not how I made my name 10 years ago. Do I satisfy the charts, or do I satisfy my heart and my fans? And it was one of those situations where, of course, all the pressure is on from labels and everybody else going, we need this song for radio, we need a hit single, we need this. And I was like, well, I can't be proud of that music because I wasn't feeling it. I had to go back to what I was doing, what I did before I got signed to Cash Money.
So are you saying you didn't like a lot of the records on your last album?
No, not on my last album. Last album I was good because that came out 4 years ago, before the explosion of dance music.
Okay.
I'm saying what happened was it all got, like, I mean, look, man, even our best R&B artists ended up doing dance records.
Yeah.
You know, Usher was doing it, Chris Brown was doing it, Rihanna, Neo, everyone. And
well, except for Frank Ocean, and he did win the Grammy.
this is what I'm saying. And that's what happened. Frank Ocean came in and was like, I'm cool. I know you all doing this, I'll just do this. I'll do me, thanks. And all of a sudden people are like, oh crap, you can actually win by also just being true to your own art. And then you got Miguel who came through, and then, you know, Robin Thicke, of course, his success, and Justin Timberlake comes back, and all of a sudden you have non-dance records and soul music with a bit more soul and substance. I'm not bashing all the dance, like even I did a couple of dance records, man, and it's cool.
Right.
But ultimately, I'm not gonna do an album full of that. That's not who I am as an artist. I am a pop R&B artist. So therefore, you have to stay true to your art. So therefore, I like I said, I went back to the drawing board and I was like, nah, man, just do music that is full of heart and substance and soul, and that I can stand proudly behind, and I can justify this album. And that's the most important thing for me. And then it became a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. Now, how much of this album did you write yourself?
I've written on every single track.
Every single
song, yeah. And I co-write with a really handful of talented writers. I had, for example, Jared Cotter, who I've written pretty much all my biggest hits with, and I just signed I actually signed a couple of songwriters in England. They're called The Fairground. So they wrote on songs like Mars as well with me. And then of course, just wrote with a couple of really other talented songwriters here in America. But on majority of the album, like I said, if I don't write on that song, I can't feel it. I'm not one of those dudes. I had tons of songs that were submitted to me and I can't, it's not how it's not me. I've got to write it. I know what my music is. You know what I'm saying?
You've never gotten a song from like a major songwriter, like a Dream or
Of course I have, but I've never taken it.
Really? So you've always just turned it down?
Never taken it.
What were some of the songs that were offered to you that ended up becoming hits?
That ended up, you know what, this is crazy story, check this out. Many years ago, not while I was signed to Cash Money, back when I was signed to Virgin,
okay.
My A&R sent me this song, and he was sent a song by Stargate, the producers, and my A&R at the time didn't play me it. I found out later from Stargate that song was offered to me, and guess what it was? Neo's So Sick. Before Neo was, when Neo was just a songwriter.
Oh, so you could have had So Sick.
I don't think it was ever meant for me, you know what I mean? That changed his whole life. But what I'm saying is,
That was his first single.
yeah, it ended up being his first single. And it was before he blew up as Neo. But I remember always thinking this song is such an amazing song. And of course, its destiny was never meant to be for me, you know what I mean? It was meant to be for Neo. But yeah, it was an song offered to me.
I feel like, now, what's it like being in Cash Money these days?
It's incredible. I'll tell you why. Because Baby and Slim have their vision is to let an artist be an artist. Let that artist do what they need to do, and they never ever forcefully tell us to do anything. Release this single, work with this guy. Never, never, never. Slim and Baby, not in 4 years did they say, "Yo, man, where's the album, man?" Not once. Not once. They were just like, "Yo, how's the album coming along?" And I was like, "It's coming. I'm working on it. I'm going through some artistic stuff, some battles at the moment. I need to know what I want to do." And when I turned it in last week, when I saw you at the event listening, Slim said to me, "Hey man, I love this album." And I was like, thanks dog. He's like, "Just don't take so long next time." And I was like, "I won't, bro." And Baby texted me yesterday and he was like, "Yo, bro," he's like, "this album is incredible. I'm so proud of you. Like, let's keep it going, you know, on to the next." And I was like, "Yeah, man, they're very supportive."
I tell my son, man, you can't afford me, man.
You gonna charge him for a verse, huh?
Yeah, I'm charging. He got money.
Dave Chappelle is a different type of animal, man. His comedic talent and timing is like no other. And I gotta honestly say, I can't disagree in any way, shape, or form.